My name's Marcus Hale. Call me Mark, unless you're the kind of suit-wearing pencil pusher who thinks, sir, makes you sound authoritative. I'm 52, a retired welder from the shipyards of Norfolk, Virginia, where I spent 30 years fusing steel plates that kept carriers afloat in the Atlantic. Hands like sandpaper, back like a rusted hinge, but damn if I don't still swing a hammer like it's personal. Grew up in a row house my pops built with his own calluses after World War II, no HOA in sight, just neighbors who borrowed tools and returned them with a six-pack. That ethos stuck with me when I bought my split level in Oak Ridge Meadows back in 2018. A quiet cul-de-sac in suburban Raleigh, 2,000 square feet of brick and mortar. Mortgage paid off in under 5 years because I live lean and hate debt like I hate rust. The house wasn't just a roof over my head. It was a fresh start after the divorce that gutted me in 15. My ex took the city condo. I took the savings and bolted for something with a yard big enough to breathe in. Oak Ridge sounded perfect. Gated, green, community-focused, as the realtor cooed while handing over the keys. The HOA docs? I skimmed them over a lukewarm bud. Mailbox colors, grass under 3 inches, no visible grills. Petty stuff, but I figured I'd play nice. After all, I just shelled out $325K for peace. Fast forward 2 years. 2020 hits like a sledgehammer. COVID layoffs ripple through the yards, but I squeak by on savings. Then the call comes. My dad, Big Jack Hale, 78 and tougher than the hulls I welded, but Parkinson's has turned his legs to jelly. Doc says he needs ground floor living, no stairs, or it's a one-way ticket to assisted care that'd bleed us dry. Jack's the man who taught me to weld, who patched roofs in hurricanes without a whimper. No way I'm warehousing him in some fluorescent hellhole. I bring him home, convert the garage into a suite, mini kitchen, hospital bed, the works. City permit stamped, ADA compliant, all above board. But the ramp? That's the kicker. A simple 12-foot aluminum wheelchair ramp from the garage to the driveway. Sloped gentle as a southern drawl, with handrails that'd make OSHA jealous. Cost me $4K out of pocket. Installed in a weekend with my nephew's help. Should have been a non-event. Instead, it's the spark that ignites the powder keg. Monday morning, I'm nursing black coffee on the porch when Evelyn Hargrove rolls up in her pearl-white Cadillac Escalade, like a shark in a tuxedo. She's 62, former PDA president turned HOA tyrant, with a perm that defies gravity and eyes that size you up like you're bidding on eBay. Clipboard in one manicured claw. She doesn't even kill the engine. Mr. Hale, she trills, voice sweet as saccharine poison. We've received a complaint about an unapproved structure on Lot 47. I sip slow by time. Morning, Ms. Hargrove. That's my dad's ramp. Got the permits right here if you want to see. She doesn't glance at the papers I wave. Her smile tightens like a noose. HOA covenants require architectural review for any exterior modifications. Section 8.2. Your ramp violates setback aesthetics and could lower property values. Aesthetics? It's a goddamn lifeline, not a lawn gnome. I laugh, nerves, mostly, and explain. Dad's mobility's shot, ramp's essential, city's green-lit it. She taps her pen like Morse code for, you're screwed. Approval process takes 30 days, Mr. Hale. Until then, it's a violation. $250 fine per day, accruing immediately. She peels out before I can ask if she sleeps on a bed of receipts. That night, the letter arrives. Formal notice, gold-embossed letterhead, citing unauthorized accessibility enhancement that disrupts neighborhood harmony. Fine starts at midnight. I call the HOA board. 3 Karens and a Ken who sounds like he's reading from a script. File the application, they drone. We vote next quarter. Next quarter? Dad's using a walker that rattles like dice in a cup. He can't wait 3 months. Knowledge nugget. Under North Carolina's Planned Community Act, HOAs can't discriminate against reasonable accommodations for disabilities. It's federal law via the Fair Housing Act amendments. But these folks treat rules like gospel, exemptions like heresy. Takeaway, always cross-reference state statutes with your CC and RS. What looks ironclad on paper crumbles under ADA scrutiny. I file the retroactive application that week. Attach medical docs, photos, the works. Crickets for 2 weeks. Meanwhile, fine stack, $3,500 by day 14. Dad notices the tension. asks if I'm fighting the neighborhood Gestapo again. I brush it off, but inside? Boiling. Then the inspectors show, not city, HOA hired, compliance experts, in khakis and polo shirts, measuring the ramp with laser levels like it's a crime scene. They nod at the build quality, exceeds code, but tisk about the raw aluminum finish clashing with colonial trim palette. Clash. It's functional gray, not hot pink. They leave with a report that mysteriously adds potential safety hazard to pedestrian traffic, because it protrudes 18 inches into walkway easement. Walkway. That's my damn driveway. By month 2, fines hit $15,000. More than the house down payment. Board denies the application. Aesthetics paramount. Alternatives like a side entry exist. Side entry? That's through the muddy flower bed, no path, and Dad's not rappelling over shrubs. I appeal, citing FHA violations. Their response? A lien notice on my title. Suddenly, my credit's tanking. Refinance dreams for that workshop edition? Dead. Evelyn corners me at the community mailbox. Some folks just don't fit the vision, Mark. Ever consider selling? Her perfume chokes the air. Chanel No. 5 laced with smug. That's when I go nuclear. Patience from the yards taught me. Measure twice, strike once. I loop in a pro bono attorney from Disability Rights NC. Turns out, Evelyn's board has a history of aesthetic denials on solar panels and bird feeders. But ramps? Fresh meat. We file a federal complaint. Discrimination, retaliation, the works. Discovery uncovers gold. Emails from Evelyn to the board. Hale's ramp sets a precedent for special needs clutter. Must nip it. One boardie replies, foreclosure leverage if he drags feet? Boom. Evidence of conspiracy. But the mind blower? While digging, my lawyer pulls county records. Oak Ridge Meadows? Built on a Superfund site. Old chemical dump from a 70s textile mill. The developer, Evelyn's brother-in-law, surprise, buried it in disclosures, but the HOA board? They knew. Fines for my ramp fund went straight to environmental remediation reserves. Except audits show $200,000 mismanaged into board perks. Golf retreats, a new Escalade for the president's vehicle. Evelyn's been siphoning dues for years, using violation wars to distract from the rot under their manicured lawns. One homeowner's well-tested toxic last year. HOA paid hush money via settlement fees. Public hearing hits like a monsoon. Packed room, news vans outside. WRAL runs HOA hell, ramps, lies, and toxic lies. Dad wheels in, badge from his Navy days pinned to his flannel. I testify calm. This ramp ain't about me. It's about a man who served this country, now fighting his own block to stay home. Evelyn squirms. Perm wilting under the lights. Board dissolves mid-meeting. Resignations like rats from a ship. State AG steps in. Full refund of my fines, $28,000 by then, plus treble damages under FHA. $150,000 total. Wired to my account. The Superfund scandal? Class action brewing. $10 million settlement floated. Evelyn. Facing felony embezzlement charges. Her Escalade's repoed. Dad passed last spring. Peaceful, in his suite, ramped to the porch for morning coffee chats. I sold the house last month. Pocketed $450K after the dust settled. No HOA in my new spot. A fixer-upper on 5 acres, weeds and all. The real victory? That hearing room full of neighbors, nodding as I spoke. Turns out, half had violations they'd buried to avoid the fight. We weren't alone. We were just the first to swing back. What would you do if an HOA tried to fine you out of your own accessibility? Drop your war stories below. Mine's got a ramp, but yours might top it. Watching from the free air of rural Carolina.